Welcome back to the Skid Factory Quick Tech. Today we're going to have a quick look at some torque converters. We've never really gone into them before. We've fitted a fair few of them to a few of our projects. Obviously every automatic transmission normally has a converter in it. Normally we do a few mods to the internals of them to make them suit the engine output and the characteristics of the engine. But we've never actually gone into what's going on inside and how it works. Usually you don't really have the opportunity to do that because this is what a converter normally looks like. Which is a giant solid mass. It's actually welded together. So there's not much you can really do from our point of view to actually have a look inside. Fortunately for us, we've just taken delivery of this new bolt together converter. I've got this from a friend of mine for his XB Falcon drag car that's now running a pair of turbos where it previously didn't. So we got this from Hughes Performance in the USA. Probably leaders in automatic transmission stuff, I guess. Very well known. So bolt together obviously replaces the weld. And the reason for this, obviously it's a pretty radical sort of thing to be doing to a torque converter. It's not that common. It's usually only used in drag racing circles. And the reason why we use a bolt together converter in a drag car is there's a few reasons. One is if you have a transmission failure, fills up the converter with ground up bits of transmission. Normally to repair that you have to cut it open it up, clean it, put it back together, weld it. Obviously not a quick job, not something you're going to do on the side of the track. It does happen reasonably often for someone to lunch their entire transmission. They might have a spare in the service truck. They can open this up with a series of bolts, clean it out, put an O-ring on it, put it back together, off they go. Second reason for it is in engines that are running turbos or even nitrous, getting this converter to be at the correct speed, like stall speed or the correct characteristic, is quite a touchy thing. Like there's a very narrow window of where it works not good enough, it works perfect, or you blow the converter out and it just revs to the moon because you're putting too much torque through it for the way it's built. So when you're going through that stage where you've got to get everything right, you can start with a mild setup and then quite easily pull the trans out, open it up, have your transmission specialist adjust it, and it doesn't require welding like this one does. So it's a serviceability thing mainly. Obviously it does add a lot of cost making it into a bolt together. So it's not really necessary on most vehicles, just with drag cars mainly. So because we can open this up, I'm going to. I hope they don't mind. So we're going to undo all these bolts and flip it open, and I'll talk about what's inside. So that's what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, there's a lot going on in there. There's a lot of fins and veins and things going on that are used to transfer the oil. So this unit is filled with oil, transmission fluid. It's constantly being used and circulated back out. These things create heat. So that's where the majority of the heat that gets into your transmission fluid comes from, is from the torque converter, because it's being used as a fluid drive coupling. So how it works is oil is fed in from the pump. It enters this part of the unit, which is driven directly off the crankshaft. This is called the impeller. So oil comes in, gets picked up by the fins, these ones here, and it gets transferred across into the turbine, which is this one here. So basically, flick oil across, this catches it, it makes it spin. Then multiply that by a lot, obviously. So this design was sort of developed in maybe the 1930s and used in vehicles then, basically as an automatic clutch assembly. And the big problem with it was at the time was had a kind of a lag, so they were slow to accelerate, and the reason for that was this was very inefficient, because when you flick this oil across from the impeller into the turbine, once the oil drives the turbine, it has to go somewhere. And what was happening is it would basically turn around and come back and oppose the impeller. So it created a big inefficiency. So what they came up with, probably in maybe the 50s or something like that, was to add this, which is called a stator. And what it does is it's a kind of a form of energy recovery. Once the oil has come across, driven this, it then goes through and enters the stator. And the stator redirects the oil that would come back and oppose the drive of the impeller back into the correct side of it. So it redirects it so it actually assists this rather than impeding it. And that's how a torque converter actually multiplies torque coming out of the engine. So it's a really big deal. It's a brilliant design, really helps make automatic transmission cars work well in the modern era. So there's a lot going on in here as well. It's got a one-way clutch in the back of it there that only allows it to spin in one direction, and that's sort of allows it to work in acceleration and deceleration sort of modes. So yeah, it's cool engineering. So let's talk about how the converter works, and well, we've talked about how it works, but what its other roles are. So it does a lot of different things. One thing it does that's very important is it drives the oil pump in the transmission, and that's off this snout. These two flats here, they slot into the oil pump inside the transmission, and this is driven directly off the flex plate, off the crankshaft. So it spins the pump, the transmission creates oil pressure. So that oil pressure is used for multiple different things inside the transmission. One of them is fed into this converter and allows the converter to operate correctly. It's used for lubrication in the transmission, and it's also used to operate clutch packs. So as a hydraulic ram sort of setup to change gears, basically. So this is all pretty basic, so don't get cranky if you're a transmission builder. We're starting from scratch here. So that's the first thing it does. Secondly, it is an automatic clutch, which we just talked about as well. So it allows you to sit at the lights with it in drive, and it doesn't try and take off on you. So that's one of the things that is built into the design of the transmission. It changes with different engines. If you've got an engine that's got a ton of low down torque, like a diesel, these fins arrangement is going to be built differently to an engine that's a 2 litre with a GT35 on it that has no torque. So all these things are going to be specific to the engine type. So lots going on there as well. As we said, it multiplies the torque output from the engine. That is a big deal. Great design. I'm like still blown away how it does that. That's like such a great sort of form of energy recovery. So this is filled with oil. It's like a massive flywheel as well. So it adds weight to the driveline, dampens vibrations coming out of the engine, and things like that. So there's no wonder a lot of cars, most cars are auto these days. Like it just sort of changes. It gives you a lot more scope of how you can make the engine's rev range usable. You can quieten it down, all those things. So I know there's a lot of manual transmission fans around, but these things are pretty damn cool. And to be able to get a 1960s automatic transmission like a Turbo 400 or a C4 and put 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 horsepower through them is pretty amazing, and it's testament to the design initially back in the 60s that they're that good. And I think converter technology is one of the big things that's really brought them along just recently and made them usable in today's performance industry. So I'm going to bolt this back together now because it's making me a bit nervous having it apart. We'll put it back together, give it to John, he can throw it in the car, and I think we'll have a bit of a look at that car one day as well because it's pretty cool. If you want to know a bit more about the operation of a performance torque converter, head on over to Hughes Transmission's YouTube page. We'll chuck a link in for it. Maybe here? There? Oh, here.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.